Welcome to the Kamayati Kai Yoga Space. I am Kai, and in this practice, we are going to have a 55-minute intermediate vinyasa practice to deal with, to process, to feel your feelings and your emotions, to listen to them. Starting off by coming to sit down on your mat, sitting in any which way that is comfortable for you. Maybe resting your hands on your knees, sitting back into your sit bones until you can really feel your sit bones nice and strong into the ground. And then lengthen the top of your head towards the sky or the ceiling above you. Take a nice deep breath into your belly. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Another deep breath in. Sigh it out. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Closing your mouth. Connecting to your breath through your nose. Deep breath into the belly. Sigh it out through the nose. Inhale. Sigh it out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with this breath. Allow yourself to get a bit comfortable with it. We call this Ujjayi breath or ocean breath, and it is the breath we are going to use throughout our practice today. And then checking in with yourself. Noticing how your body feels. Noticing the landscape of the mind and the heart, the thoughts and the feelings. Can we observe with absolute awareness and no judgment? If you are on your mat with this practice today, there is an emotion or a few emotions that you are needing to process or move through. And we're going to welcome them here, we're going to welcome them in their totality. Not making them bigger than they are or smaller than they are. Just welcoming them here. We're going to set an intention for this practice to allow ourselves to feel the emotion in its totality. But we are also going to allow ourselves to interact with these emotions, ask the important questions. Why am I feeling like this? What caused me to feel like this? Is there any responsibility that I can take for this feeling? Or does it completely sit with somebody else? And maybe ask yourself the question, what can I do for myself to allow myself to let go of these feelings if it is something that is deeply troubling you? Or what can I do to make sure that the situation does not occur again? Those are all big questions, and we're just going to move through them through our practice. You're going to inhale to lift your chin up to the sky. Exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale, roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the right. Maybe you lift your chin up a bit more. Exhale down. Inhale to the left. Exhale down. You've got 2 more rounds here in your own time. Feel the neck. And when you are done with the last 2 rounds, your chin will meet your chest and we'll come to lift the head up. You're going to let your arms drop down to the sides. You're going to inhale to hug the shoulders up. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Exhale, let them drop. Let those emotions get loose. Inhale up. Exhale, side out. Inhale. Exhale. And bring your fingers to your shoulders. You're going to do some shoulder rolls here. So imagine you are drawing a circle with your elbows. Inhale, let's reach the elbows towards each other. And up. Exhale, back, shoulder blades together and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more round in this direction. Nice and slow. And change direction. Inhale, back and up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then you're going to bring your hands down to the ground. Actually, to your knees. You're going to do some hip rolls. So you're going to hold on to the front of the knees and you're going to use your fingers as like a kind of grip. You're going to bring your right shoulder towards your right knee. And we're going to make 3 circles in one direction, 3 circles in the other. And you're going to slowly roll forward and over to the left. And then allow yourself to reach back almost until you fall over. And then come around again. 2 more rounds here. And then we're going to change direction, 3 in the other direction, taking it slow. Really feeling every little angle and what it offers you. You're going to feel it along the glutes. You might snap, crackle, and pop, but as long as it doesn't hurt, that's okay. Coming to sit up and rolling over onto your hands and your knees. If you find that you have sensitive wrists, you can place the blocks underneath your hands. It's really nice support there for you. And we're going to start off in some cat and cow. So you're going to inhale to drop the belly down. You want to reach the chest in between the arms, maybe lift the chin a little bit. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Push the floor away from you, round into the spine, and tuck your pubic bone towards your belly button. Inhale for your cow pose. And exhale for your cat pose. I'm going to give you about a minute of free flow here. So maybe if you want to stick with your cat and cow, that's okay. But maybe you want to reach your shoulders forward and drop the hips. Another option, send the hips back towards the heels into a child's pose. You can also roll your ribs open from one side to the other. Or you can go for a full barrel roll, which is rolling your ribs open and then tucking your tailbone down, coming into a cat pose, and then opening the ribs to the other side and finding your cow pose. And you've got about half a minute left here, just exploring some free-flowing movement. There's no such thing as right or wrong. And you're gently going to find stillness in your tabletop. Tuck your toes, send your seat to your heels, and slowly come up into your first downward facing dog of the day. Maybe you pedal your legs out one at a time. Connecting to that ocean breath. Welcoming the feelings and all the wisdom that they bring with them. Or all the insight that they bring with them.
2 more breaths here. Inhale, looking up in between your hands. And you're going to walk 1 foot at a time all the way up to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and rest your belly over your thighs. And let your head hang and your arms are to the ground. Allowing your weight into your heels. Letting your head be heavy. Ground through your heels. And slowly we roll up all the way to the top. And find mountain pose. Pause for a moment. Hands together at the center of the chest. Inhale to lift your arms forward and up. Reach those fingers nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees and forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor. Rest your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left toes all the way back into a low lunge and bring your left knee down. Coming up onto the tips of your fingers, inhale, allow your hips to reach forward, open your chest. Exhale, plant your hands and step your right leg next to your left into tabletop. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Bringing the insides of your elbows forward. We're going to exhale and slowly find our way down to the ground. Bend the elbows, allow them to hug into the ribs. Hug the belly in. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes. Send your seat back to your heels, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Maybe pedal it out, maybe find stillness. Welcoming your feeling. Shifting your right toes a little bit more towards the center of the back of the mat. Inhale, lift that left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your nose. Maybe it touches. And step your left foot in front or in between your hands. Bring your right knee down to the floor. Come up onto those fingertips. Inhale, low lunge. Reach the hips down. Exhale, plant those hands. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. And bring your back foot next to your front foot. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the shins. Exhale, forward fold, rest your head. Ground through your heels and slowly we roll up all the way to the top. And find mountain pose. Pause for a moment. Bringing your hands together at the center of the chest. Inhale to lift your arms forward and up. Reach those fingers nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees and forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor, rest your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left toes all the way back into a low lunge and bring your left knee down. Coming up onto the tips of your fingers, inhale, allow your hips to reach forward, open your chest. Exhale, plant your hands and step your right leg next to your left into tabletop. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, bringing the insides of your elbows forward. We're going to exhale and slowly find our way down to the ground. Bend the elbows, allow them to hug into the ribs. Hug the belly in. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes. Send your seat back to your heels, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Maybe pedal it out, maybe find stillness. Welcoming your feelings. Shifting your right toes a little bit more towards the center of the back of the mat. Inhale, lift that left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your nose. Maybe it touches. And step your left foot in front or in between your hands. Bring your right knee down to the floor. Come up onto those fingertips. Inhale, low lunge. Reach the hips down. Exhale, plant those hands. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. And bring your back foot next to your front foot. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the shins. Exhale, forward fold, rest your head. Ground through your heels and slowly we roll up all the way to the top. And find mountain pose. Pause for a moment. We are now going to step into the right leg. Bend the knee a little bit, step up onto the left toes, step your left foot back, reach the arms up, high lunge. Bending into that front knee, reaching back through the back heel. And you want to allow your hips to shift a little bit forward. Activate into that lower core. Inhale, lift those arms up. And exhale. Inhale, you're going to open up into goddess pose. So let's start in warrior 2. Lengthen your front leg. Turn your front toes to face the long side of the mat. And then bring your heels to a little bit closer in while your toes go a little bit further out. Find ourselves here in goddess pose. Bending the knees, open them up. Going to have the hands resting on the thighs. We're going to lean a little bit to the right and lean a little bit to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. One more round. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. And find your warrior 2. You're going to inhale, lengthen into your right leg. bend your left knee and bring your right hand to the floor. Lift that left arm up to the sky. Deep breath in. You also have the option, if it's available to you, to come down into what we call a one-legged squat, skandasana. And exhale here. Inhale, we're going to press through the floor to come back to warrior two. We are going to cartwheel the hands down to the floor, come up onto the back toes, ground your left hand, lift your right arm up to the ceiling or the sky, and let's twist the belly button towards the right thigh. Deep breath in and out. Bringing your right hand down to the floor, stepping back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, looking up in between your hands. You can walk, you can hop, you can jump all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Ground through the heels. Slowly, let's roll up. Mountain pose. Over to the other side. Ground into your left foot. Step up onto the right toes and step the right toes back. High lunge. Inhale, lift those arms up. Draw the shoulder blades together. Open your chest. Exhale, you're going to move through warrior two. So turning your back toes to the long side of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your left leg. Turn your toes to face the long side of the mat. Bring your heels in a little bit so that your toes are diagonal. And we're going to come into our goddess flow on this side. Inhale, bend into the left knee, lengthen the right leg. And exhale over to the other side. Maybe add some arm movements this side. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale, warrior two to the left. Left toes to the short side, the top of the mat. Right toes to the long side of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Bend the back knee. Front hand to the floor, back hand to the sky. Maybe you stay in your side lunge. Maybe you come down into your skandasana, your one-legged squat. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Option to try to come back up with no hands. Inhale, come to your warrior two. Yeah. Exhale, your right hand comes to the floor, right toes come to the floor. Inhale, lift that left arm up to the sky. Twisted lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant your left hand. Step your left toes back to meet your right toes. Option to bring the knees to the ground. Otherwise, we're going to hug those elbows into the ribs and slowly come all the way down. Inhale, lift that chest forward and up. Maybe you press into the tops of your toes and lift your knees into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to do 3 breaths here. Noticing how you're feeling. Maybe seeing if it's possible to slow down your breath. Inhale, look up in between your hands. Walk, hop, and jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Press down into your heels. Relax your neck. And slowly we roll all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. We're going to do that again, maybe adding a little bit of speed this time. Ground into your right foot, stand up onto the left toes, and step your left toes back, high lunge. Exhale, moving through warrior two. Open that back foot to the long side of the mat. Arms come out of the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen your right leg. Turn your front toes to the long side of the mat. Bring your heels a little bit in. Kind of want your heels to be underneath your knees. See if that can work. And this time we're going to add arms. So bend the knees, bend the elbows. And we're going to lean to the right. And we're going to lean to the left. Lean to the right. Lean to the left. One more time. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale, bend your right knee. Turn your back toes to the long side of the mat. Lengthen your front knee, your front leg. Bend your back knee. Coming for that side lunge. Maybe skandasana. One-legged squat. Inhale here. Exhale, find your way back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to the ground. Come up onto your left toes. Lift your right hand up to the ceiling. Taking a nice twist. Can you look to your back heel? And bring your right hand down. And step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth side out. Look up in between your hands. Walk, hop, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Relax your neck. Grounding through the heels. Let's slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And soften into your mountain pose. Take a breath. Intelligence of emotions. What are you trying to communicate to me? Okay, one last side. Grounding into your left foot. Stepping up onto the right toes. We step back, high lunge, lift those arms up. Maybe you bend your elbows, open your chest just a little bit more. Exhale, open those back toes to the long side of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, lengthen your left leg. Turn your toes to the long side of the mat. Heels come in. Elbows out to the side. And we're going to get into our flow. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Move those arms. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Maybe even the shoulders. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. One more time. To the left. And to the right. Inhale, bend your left knee. Face your left toes to the front. Turn your back toes to the long side of the mat. Lengthen into the left leg. Bend the back knee. Bring that hand to the floor. Maybe you drop down into your one-legged squat. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, press down through the floor. Come back into your warrior two. Cartwheel your right hand to the floor, right toes to the floor. Maybe you need to walk your left leg out to the side a bit. You kind of want the left knee under the left shoulder and open up that chest towards your left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your left hand to the floor. Stepping back into plank. Option for knees or chaturanga. Bringing your chest all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift that chest forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you've got 3 breaths here. Inhale, you're going to look up to the top of your mat. You are going to walk, hop, or jump all the way up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Ground down through your heels. Take a slow, deep breath in and let's rise. We are more than our emotions. We are more than our thoughts. We are the intelligent soul who observes them all. Take a pause at the top. Feel your body. Okay. So, maybe you grab a block here, but we're going to allow our feet to go as wide as the mat. Okay? And we are going to start, so if you're going to bring a block underneath your bum, that's where it's going to go. And you're going to start to bend your knees and allow your hips to sink all the way down. Are we sitting on the block? Maybe you don't want the block, which is also okay. You're going to bring your elbows into the insides of your knees. Okay. You're going to press your hands into each other. Knees press into the elbows. Elbows push out into the knees. Option to even lift the bum a little bit. Maybe we want to burn a bit more. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. And come to sit down on your bottom in any way that feels comfortable. Maybe you just, oops. And we are down. Okay. Lengthen your one leg out in front. It really doesn't matter. Bring the other foot to the inside of your knee, of your thigh. What is important though is your bent knee is supported on a mat. You're going to bring the hand of your bent leg behind your back. And we're going to come into what we call a half wild thing. So the long legs, toes come to the mat. We're going to lean into this knee, lift up the hips. There we go. Maybe your bent knee wants to move a little bit to find comfort. We are strong in this arm that's on the floor. Maybe you lift up the other hand to the sky. Option to turn your chest a little bit more towards the sky. Maybe you reach up the floating hand behind your head. Reaching your hips in the direction of your knee, your bent knee. Pressing strongly into the long leg's heel. Deep breath in. And sigh it out. One more deep breath in. Maybe your head hangs back. Sigh it out. Slowly we start to bring the bum down to the mat. And take a moment. Whew. That bent knee is going to come up. Your foot will land on the outside of the lengthened leg. Inhale, sit up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, you're going to bring the long leg's arm to the top of your bent knee. Maybe you are here, maybe you wrap it around like so. Find what feels good for you. And then we're going to bring the other hand behind the back. Sit up nice and tall. Let it be like a stilt. Look back past your shoulder. Maybe you sit up a little taller. And maybe you're able to press this top elbow or use this arm in whatever form it is as a bit of a traction point. Maybe your chest opens a little bit more. One more breath here. Deep breath in. And exhale. Coming back to center. And now we're going to do the other side. Bending the other knee into the thigh, or the other foot into the thigh. Bringing the bent legs hand behind your back. Maybe you're shifting over to the other side of your mat. Grounding that hand. We're going to lean into the bent knee. Bring the other toes to the ground. And you're going to start to lift your hips. Same as we did the other side. Maybe you need to kickstand the leg. And you've got 2 full breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. You're going to slowly come to sit down. That bent knee, I'm going to ground the foot. Bring the foot to the outside of the long legs knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. This arm of the long leg, wrap around to the top, yogi's choice. And then bring the other hand behind your back. Sit up nice and tall. And start with just looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, lengthen your head. Exhale, maybe you twist. Look back. One more breath here. And slowly we release. And come back to center. All right, now we are going to set up for our final resting pose. You have 3 options. If this is early morning maybe, and you would like to do a seated meditation, you will come into your seated meditation posture. If you would like to come all the way down to the ground, you are welcome. Make sure you have your blanket, if you want. And then if your lower back is feeling tender, keep the feet on the floor. Keep the knees bent. And then you can make your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees lean against one another. Or you can lengthen your legs all the way to the ground. You might feel your lower back lift up. Can we press down into the heels, lengthen the lower back onto the floor again. Turn your palms up to face the ceiling. Maybe bringing your fingers behind your ears. Gently lifting your head and tucking your chin towards your chest. Then resting your arms back on the floor. If you want your blanket, you can cover yourself up. Or maybe you've worked up such a sweat that you welcome the coolness. Take a deep breath into the belly. Wherever you are, exhale, sigh it out. And allow your breath to become light and effortless. Soften your jaw, maybe wiggle it a bit. Let your tongue drop down into your mouth. Relax the crease between your brows. And we're coming into our final posture of Shavasana. corpse pose. If there's something that you feel you are ready to let go of, it has served you, you have learned your lessons, you have felt your feelings. You can envision that emotion or that situation or whatever it is, can envision it pouring out of your body into the ground beneath you. The earth has really beautiful transformational abilities. Anything you put into her turns into something better. You put a seed into the ground, give it a bit of water, it becomes a plant. You put a body into the ground, it disintegrates and becomes food for the next thing. If you release your emotions or your situations and your frustrations into the earth, she'll take your energy and use it for something beautiful and leave you with space for something else. Maybe something beautiful. I'm going to leave you here for a few minutes. I will let you know when it's time. We are going to be here for another 2 minutes, possibly offering yourself some peace and quiet here, allowing your awareness to float on your breath, maybe noticing the change in the temperature of air going in and the temperature of air coming out. Otherwise, maybe just trying to be. No thoughts. Just ultimate presence. Keeping your eyes closed and softly guiding your awareness back into your body. Deep belly breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Maybe you rock your head from side to side. Move into the hands, move into the feet. Bending your knees and hugging your knees up into your chest. Gently rocking from side to side. Maybe rocking over onto one side and using your bottom arm as a pillow. Noticing how you feel. Becoming aware of your surroundings and the sounds in your surroundings. Pressing the top hand into the floor and slowly coming to sit up in whatever way feels good for you. Either resting your hands on your knees or maybe together at the center of your chest. And tucking your chin down to bring closure to your practice. Taking a moment to honor your feelings and what they have come to tell you. A moment of gratitude to yourself for making the time to practice and to feel and to process. It's not easy. It takes courage. And I'm taking a moment of gratitude for you for showing up, supporting me, my journey, my channel. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. If you loved it, give us a like, drop us a comment, let us know. Maybe you want to share the emotions that you were processing. Maybe you share anything you would like to share. Subscribe. Maybe share this video to someone who might need it. I hope you feel a little lighter, and I hope you have a beautiful day further.